Okay, Roland, thank you so much. We're so honored to be part of the Roland Martin Unfiltered Network. Let's get into it. It's Truth Talks. Let's go.
Are y'all ready to roll? Let's go.
Welcome to Truth Talks. We're here on our new home with Roland Martin because we needed a bigger, blacker platform, but it's still the same opinionated, unapologetic, keeping it real, highly black truth-telling on Truth Talks. We are old like me and young like them. We are left and right. We're a little bit of everyone, so I hope you all will see a little of yourselves in the show. And if you don't, get in the comments and yell at us and tell us what we're doing wrong. Please give a warm welcome to the returning superstar, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. How are you?
What's going on, True Talks family? Y'all, it's your favorite doc. I can't wait to get into these topics tonight. I have a strong, unapologetic opinion, Torre, and I don't give a damn if you disagree with me. I'm going to keep it rocking.
I know that's true. Please give a warm welcome to our new co-host, Dr. Sarah Fontenot.
What's up? Super excited to be here. And just like Dr. B, it's coming with accountability, and we going to fight for our truth. So let's go, Truth Talks.
And the smartest young brother I know, Dimitri Wiley.
What's your compliment?
You know me, I'm Torre. I've been in the game since Dimitri was a baby, but we're not going to hold that against him.
What's up, Truth fam? It's your girl, Cheyenne. And yes, season 2 of True Talks is here, and we are turning up even higher.
Yo, it's your man, Torre, the newest co-host on the set, and I'm bringing heart, heat, and hard truth every night.
And we are keeping it all the way fire. Ain't no filters, ain't no fluff, just straight facts. Y'all know how we do.
So stop scrolling and pull up to our YouTube at Truth Talks-Live. Like, subscribe, and smash that bell.
And after you do that, join us because we go live weeknights at 8 p.m. Eastern on all the coasts, wherever you are. From culture to controversy, we say what everyone else is scared to say.
We talk truth. Season 2 of Truth Talks. Let's go. Because this time, we ain't asking. We're taking the mic. Social media is such an important part of our community, of our culture. This is a central issue for us on this show and in this culture. There seems to be maybe three or four people who control all the major social media platforms we use. So you wonder if there's sort of a weaponization or a war that we don't see as far as, are they feeding us information, tweets, TikToks, Instagram posts that aren't in our best interest? You know what I mean? Like, Sarah, what do you think about the impact of social media on us, on Black people?
I think the impact is wildly impactful. And what I mean by that is, inside of what's happening in the world, especially us being the biggest consumers in the nation, we're constantly consuming. And what comes with that is we also have this flashy thing because we want to show our success, even if we don't have it. And so I think that social media, where we're going to places like the Shade Room or World Star for our news, the Shade Room has 45.7 million followers on Instagram, and people are going to this place for their daily news. People are looking at the rappers, the athletes, to say, I want these cars, I want this jewelry, I want the money. And so what happens is we start doing this keeping up with the Joneses thing, but we couldn't. First of all, the Joneses ain't checking for you. But second of all, when you do that, we're spending more money than we have. And I think that it keeps us in a consumerist mindset. It keeps us broke, and it keeps us in a space where we don't have an economy because we're always busy spending instead of investing.
Dimitri, I know that we are dealing with a small number of people controlling the information that's flowing through social media, Black social media. What I experience on Twitter and on TikTok is a Black community that is vibrant, that is interesting, that is nourishing, that makes me feel at home. I have had so much fun back when Twitter was a thing that I felt like I could do before the Elon days. I loved Black Twitter. I love my Black TikTok community. I get community and culture and a virtual barbecue from these things. Do you not get that from Black social media?
I do at times. And then I get an abundance of violence. I get an abundance of poverty. I get an abundance of the a terrible representation of what the Black experience actually is. And the thing about it is, I think what a lot of people, how dangerous this is, if I had to explain it, if I'm on stage and there's a crowd of, I don't know how many people, put how many you want. The moment whoever controls the sound unplugs my mic, I ain't said shit.
Mm-hmm.
You are in direct correlation with how my message is perceived. I could have said, I have a dream speech about Martin Luther King, but now you can sit and tell them I said how powerful Black media is. Let's say when a new movie comes out, shout out to everything Ryan Coogler did with Sinners and everything. The moment Black culture jumps onto something, it elevates.
Yes.
Look at what happened with Ryan Coogler and everything they got going on. I think the thing about it is there's just a perception of Black culture that's actually missing coming from these three people who control the narrative. And that's the problem.
You know, I saw a lot of Sean King's videos on Instagram and Twitter. That was a huge thing for a while, Dr. B, because he, putting aside the specific conversation about him, whether or not he's Black, all that, he would show like the hardcore Black people getting traumatized, victimized by police, or like all the time. And it was hard for me to watch. And it was liberating when even like hardcore Black Lives Matter people were like, I stopped following him because I can't pay attention to right? Social media is giving us every shooting, every beating, every lynching. And it's hard when you pay attention to every news story where a Black body is destroyed. That is very, very difficult.
You know what, Torre? Love that you said that, because I call it social media Black on Black crime. And let me tell you why. Because it is the war that we don't see. Because to your point and Dimitri's point, there is a narrative that social media is creating, but it's also the narrative that we as Black people are on there creating and perpetrating. And that happens to be the narrative of a lot of crime. It happens to be the narrative of this whole, pimps and hoes, this narrative of this player, this narrative of, broken families and broken homes and baby mamas and baby daddies. There's not the positive representation that's needed on there. And what it's doing is it's silencing our positive, good Black voice, and it's teeing up the negative Black voice, which is dangerous for people who don't know how to differentiate the difference. For the people who are scrolling about 90% of their day, they're not reading books, they're not looking at YouTube videos, they're not listening to anything that is educational or that can teach them the different identities that they can identify with, that can actually be an attribute to themselves, to their family, and generational wealth. And the issue with it is we have parents who have kids who are the main social media Black on Black criminals. And they're teaching their kids this, and that's called learned behavior. That's how we create generational pathologies and dysfunctional norms that do not serve us, that turn into systemic racism within each and every one of us.
I know. Yes. But also, I have felt so educated by my Black brothers and sisters, especially on TikTok, where some of the other ones, you communicate, Twitter, you communicate so short, right? Like 140, you can't get a full idea out, but like in a 2 or 3 minute video, you can educate me on what's going on with Black farmers in Nebraska, or the real story in South Africa, or, you don't understand the way the police statistics are manipulated. And I'm like, I am constantly learning and looking at these little TED Talks where I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting so much education. And this is part of why, Dimitri, why they want to shut down TikTok, partly because of the information flow. A lot of people keep saying it's really that we are talking about Palestine with such freedom that scares a lot of the people in power. And we've seen social media used in this way with the Arab Spring and other to be part of the revolution. I think that if we are actually going to have some sort of revolution in this country, social media is going to have to be part of it.
It's amazing because it's probably the most powerful part at the moment. It's the most influential thing going on in modern generation, clearly. But the thing about it is, I think it's a difference when we look at platform per account, per what lives in this social media. So if you go into, I think the thing about it is these three people control the algorithms. So they can push whatever they want you to see at you more than you think they might. So let's say TikTok, for example. Of course, there's great space to learn, great space to conversate, great space to do this. But if you see one Black bad experience, all that's set to follow is 27 more. Your For You page is going to look nothing but Black this, Black that. And you know, Torre, this is a question I have for you because I look up to you now. I just want to know your perspective on it. If we're looking at it as Black men, Black women in our culture, and we're saying, damn, this may be wrong, or damn, this may not be all we need to see. How are other people looking at it saying, do you think there is a race that's saying, look how much Black death is shown on TV. Look how much we can get away with.
No, I know. I'm sure that some white people are encountering this stuff and it has an impact on them. You know, I think about this a lot because these sort of stories really live in us and resonate for us. Like, I think that like any of us could name 10 or 20 Black people who were like infamously killed like by police that became like big, huge stories, right? And like, we may not say the same 20 names, right? Like you may say some names that I don't say, I may say some, all that, right? White people are maybe doing like one or two, right? Like they remember Trayvon Martin because we made a big deal out of it, right? But like, do they really think about all this in the way we do? Dr. B, I don't think they do.
Hey everybody, Judge Lauren Lake here. Listen, I need you to head on over to YouTube weeknights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Why? Because your favorite judge, I'm one of the new co-hosts of Truth Talks Season 2. And guess what? We're live every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, only at Truth Talks-Live. I'll see you there.
This is my thing, Torre. Whose problem is this? Who's creating this narrative? Who is somebody putting, because I always hear you say white people are our biggest problem. White people have caused a lot of problems and they are the nucleus to many of our problems. But in 2025, Torre, the last I checked, my hands are free, brother. And so is my mind because I chose for it to be. So the issue is we, to Dimitri's point, are allowing the folks who control the algorithm, who control the media, to make sure that they are controlling the narrative that they want to put out there about us. So what does that mean? That means that we have to understand that if we are going to put a narrative out there that's going to be controlled, let's put one out there that we can't control. Let's put the one out there that we want people to see. Let's put those narratives out there that we want leaders to be able to draw a blueprint from, and creates people and causes people to want to have think tanks about the things that you're saying you're watching, Torre. Everyone doesn't have your algorithm. Love your algorithm. True. I wish all of us had your algorithm, but everyone's not watching videos on education, on Black representation. So you got other folks that are doing it. I stand on the fact that we are in our own way. And until we take back our problem being outside of us, our power will stay outside of us. We have to be the ones that create things differently for us.
Dimitri.
You know, the thing about it is, for me, as I sit here and I ponder on this, I said to myself, who is it? Like, who's the problem? And for me, I'm going to give you just one off top. Everything WorldStar does, I disagree with. Let me tell you why. There's two ways to get on WorldStar. Either pay for it or a negative action. You got to kill somebody got to die. I don't know if y'all heard about this young man. He's a rapper. Recently got caught in gunfire. His name was Skilla Baby. He's part of this new generation. The YNs know him well. But it was reported that he was shot. But it wasn't reported that he was praying on Instagram Live 2 days before. That he was doing something completely out of his normal. That wasn't reported. And that garnered the exact same amount of likes, if not more. But we ain't reporting that. All we reported to negativity. And that's my problem. That's why I don't subscribe to WorldStar.
Here's part of the challenge with what you're saying, that the people, the oligarchs who control our social media, all of them are conservative, right? They may or may not be Trumpy. They probably are, but they're all right wing. And they quite often are shaping the algorithm so that conservative voices are privileged, right? And progressive voices are pushed down. This is part of why the whole sort of TikTok, the whole Twitter thing died for me, because Elon came in and made it very froggy, very conservative. And I'm like, I can't deal with this anymore. Sarah, as a conservative, I think even you would understand that America is better if we have balanced voices, right? A balanced menu of voices, both conservative and progressive, and not just conservatives pushing their voices and pushing down the progressive voices.
I definitely agree. And I think the biggest challenge for us is the fact that so many of our people can be bought. And what I mean by that is, as long as they're shaping the narrative, they have to have us in order to push it out, because we're leading the trenches, right? It's our people that are leading the trenches of what's cool and what's popular, what's necessary, what's needed. And as long as we are being puppeted out front and taking that check, it's going to be okay. And so it's funny to me because, you know, you see these people on social media. Dimitri was talking about how it's negative or you pay for it. I'm seeing little girls twerk in front of their families because that's cute now. And that's not cute. Why are little girls doing grown woman things? Because they think that that's what's popular, because it's these artists that are put out here that are showing you that it's okay for you to wear booty shorts and have your butt cheeks out in the grocery store. I am shopping for food. I do not want to see your naked body. And that is the problem with this day and age, that a lot of people have gotten to a place where we are so desensitized. We are so desensitized that everything has become okay.
Now
And
you see
overly
the reason-
sexualized.
Now you, hold on. Now you see the
sexualized.
reason why I don't go to the grocery store in Canada. But I want to show you a video based on what you just said.
This is hard for Connecticut. This is hard. Me either. This is, go ahead, hold the wig up, man. Do that shit for real. No, I mean, take the wig up.
Take the wig. Let that bitch out.
Yes! Look at him! Look at him! Coochie girl, Connecticut. All the other bitches is land and lease.
Dimitri, 100,000 likes, 4,000 comments, 30,000 shares.
I got you. I know what
Pride. She's so happy being herself. She's so comfortable in her body. What do you think?
It's not comfortable. That's not what it is. That's not what I'm looking at. That's not what I see. I see the power of influence. I see the power of 30,000 shares, the power of 4,000 likes. I see the power of whatever the statistics is. I see influence. The thing about it is, if this was some regular young woman who snatched that wig off in public, it'd be a fight. But you let Suki. Good.
But that was her friend. That was her friend did it.
She don't even know that lady. She don't even know that lady. The thing about it is, for me personally, it's disturbing. It is terrible. And the thing about it is, a lot of young women.
You found that terrible and disturbing?
Absolutely. Man, listen. First
100,000 likes, 30,000 shares. That's disturbing. It's not a fun night for the sisters out in the parking lot. Hold on, Sarah. I know Sarah's disturbed. So let you blow your gasket and flabber your gasket. Go ahead.
Oh, my flabber is gassed. Okay, I'm so upset by this. I don't get a lot of outrage. Okay, but why is this okay? Why is this something where a young woman thinks that this is okay? Well, you know what? I heard a statistic that in this day and age, because we are pushing this hookup culture, this over-sexualization, this over-desensitization, because we are pushing these things. Did you guys know that it has been said that women from the ages of 18 to 23 have slept with more men than women that are over the age of 53? We don't understand how images like this are creating a dynamic. So now we are stepping completely outside of ourselves. That doesn't show me confidence. That's not a woman that loves her body. That is a woman that is desperate for attention. That is a woman that wants to be accepted so bad instead of accepting herself, which goes back to the beginning of this. We need to have more self-love.
Dr. B, I see coming out of a long history of Black people struggling to love ourselves, our curls, our curves, our larger things, our Africanoid features. I mean, my God, before Sarah was born, we had a whole campaign called Black is Beautiful, where we had to teach Black people. We were talking to Black people and teach them we are beautiful, our natural hair, our natural nose, our big natural lips, like we are beautiful. And this sister is enjoying herself. She is comfortable in her body. She is clearly like happy and having fun, and like she loves herself. And like Lizzo would be like, salute to you, sister. You're getting the message. What do you think?
I think it's a deep-rooted identity crisis. I think it is an act of self-hate being externalized. I think that all of the validation that she's never
You
received.
think that's self-hatred?
Correct. All of the validation that this beautiful young woman has never received from daddy issues, mommy issues, and whatever else she's experienced from trauma is externalizing so that she gains that. She is working from a deficit and doesn't know her worth. Worth isn't a weight class, okay? Worth isn't a gender. Worth isn't an age. Worth is something internal that you have because you got it at a young age or you don't. And when you grow up and don't have it, you've experienced what is called an identity crisis. Majority of people within our community, Black men and women, especially women who are doing this, are experiencing that. They are placing their value on external forces. As long as I can get a like, a comment, or a validation from somebody who she deems to have value, which happens to be a celebrity, Suki, then guess what? She feels validation until that validation leaves her and she has to go seeking external validation again. That is where the psychological dysfunctional norm comes in at, Touré. And this isn't a woman who's enjoying herself. And really quick, you brought up Lizzo. Lizzo was a woman who got online and falsely claimed that she was so happy in her body. Now, there are some women who are at that plus size. Lizzo now has lost all this weight. She's still beautiful as she was when she was big and has shared that she was depressed and unhappy in that size. That means that she sold us a false narrative. So women that look like her can say, you know what? I can be this big and be this confident as well. That is a problem, Touré. And we have to live in reality, Touré. That's not okay.
The pearl clutching on this panel is epic. All three of y'all are gripping tight. I don't even know how we could diagnose an identity crisis from just a silent dance. Like, the sister clearly seems happy. I would have to know a lot more about her.
If you are if you're over-sexualizing yourself so that you can get some type of validation from a celebrity who is smacking you on your behind, so you can accumulate likes, comments, and shares on Instagram, and you can't see that being some type of identity crisis or a problem, then maybe you have a bigger problem you need to look into, because that is not something that somebody does out in the public because they care and they value themselves.
I think she
We're not talking about this.
Care about herself, and she does value herself, and because she loves herself, she's able to have this moment of self-pride, of self-joy, of self-release. She's not afraid to be seen and people judging her. She's like, what? Who is Suki? I can't, Dimitri, something's wrong with my glasses. What is the name of the person who posted this? I want Dimitri to say it.
Really quick,
Touré, play the video again. Let's hear what the girl says in the video. Play the video again.
Yeah.
Go ahead, let's see it.
I got you. I know what I used to do hair. I used to do hair for real. I used to do hair. You ate that shit up. You ate all these hoes up. All these skinny bitches. Yes, she did. Yes, they can't fuck with me. They can't fuck with me.
She's so proud. She's proud of herself. She loves herself.
Touré, did you hear what the woman said? The woman said, you effed it up. You effed it up. You effed up all these skinny hoes. Touré. Yeah. That means she's competing. Listen, you compete against people you admire. Don't start with me. Don't yab me, Touré. You compete against people you admire. So you're competing against skinny hoes. Is that what your admiration is? You can't be happy in your skin if you are trying to be something other than what you are. No.
First off, her name is Suki with the good coochie. Let me explain to you. Daniel with the good dick can never be my mentor. You understand what I'm saying? He can never teach me shit about no self-love. Yeah. Listen, it's all beautiful and great and everything, but this is the thing. I think there's a difference from being happy for a moment and being happy when you go home and lay your ass down. Yep. Yes, she might feel validated right there in that moment. This is the highlight of this young woman's life. Why? Because Suki I ain't even gonna say it again.
No, say it again.
Because Suki with the good coochie gave her a compliment. Posting her on her social media. I don't think we know how dangerous this is. Suki got 2.7 million followers on this. That's more than me. I think that may be more than. The thing about it is, man, it's a dangerous fucking narrative. And I understand she's trying to push it as self-love and push it as be beautiful, but that's not what I'm seeing. What
Sarah,
I'm seeing is you act on somebody's insecurities.
Agreed. When are we going to stop supporting this trash at the end of the day? Because honestly, we are magnifying and glorifying self-hate. That's how I feel. And it's funny to me because like when you think about the fact that just because a celebrity comes or they turn on a camera, now all of a sudden, this is why social media is weaponized against us, because we don't even know who we are. We struggle to really identify ourselves and have a real form of identity. This every single day in so many homes.
This sister is not unlike many of our sisters, aunts, cousins, what have you, who are overweight, not their fault. That's the biology that some of us are given. They can't do anything about it. And in a culture that is constantly telling you that to have a thin nose and a thin body is beauty, and to not have those things is not beauty, to have this sister be like, I am large, I am beautiful, I believe in myself, I love myself. That is a valuable message to the other women who also can't.
What if sexualizing yourself like that ends up getting you raped? What if now, because you are the person that wants to show your booty, you want to show your whole body, you want to act like you love yourself so much that now you put yourself into a dangerous situation. You put yourself around these men that you think are going to treat you right, and they're not. And now look, who's in the wrong? Who do we blame? Where does it go from there?
Dimitri.
The thing about it is showing your body has become such a norm in this culture that we're numb to it now. The thing about it is you look at people with OnlyFans account, and all of this is social media. You look at people with OnlyFans account and their entire goodies are out on social media, right? Then the moment a man walks behind them in the club, what the fuck are you doing? How dare you? The moment a man compliments that body, you over there shaking that ass, you over there shaking, he's in the wrong.
Come on.
He's on the line. He's doing all these things. Baby, you put it out there for him to see.
These are all some of the sex workers that Cassie was with in the freak offs. Some people have talked about, you see Diddy had a type, maybe you see it. I think there's a big leap to what if she got raped, because this person is in a situation where she's with friends, she's in the parking lot, so she's probably near a club, right? So like she's in a situation where she knows who she's around, she knows who is with her, she feels comfortable, right? I imagine this sister would know, hey, I'm not safe here. We're not twerking here. We're not twerking everywhere. We're twerking here where we're comfortable. And I love the love that she has for her body. Go ahead, D.
Torre, let me ask you a question, Torre. Let me ask you a question. And real quick, Dimitri, Torre, where would it be appropriate for your daughter to twerk? I'm just curious. Where would it be appropriate for her to twerk?
I mean, look, if my 16-year-old child was in the house with people who know and respect and love her and know that her main goal is to get to college and to get to a career, and that's not the main thing, right? This is not where we're focusing on, friends and parents who love her.
So can she twerk on a car in an alley with the Suki is that appropriate for your 16-year-old daughter to twerk with her butt cheeks out? I don't care what size she is. Size doesn't matter. And Suki and these people popping her butt. Is that appropriate, Torre? I'm asking you a question.
That woman is being appropriate. She is showing love to herself.
Is that appropriate for your daughter? Is it appropriate for your daughter?
I mean, I've already answered the question.
Dimitri, he's doing avoiding behavior right now. Go on, Dimitri.
God damn it ain't appropriate for mine. And I don't even have one yet. But I think the thing about it is what you're missing, Torre, and I love the sentiment. I love how you say she may feel comfortable here, but 99% of people who are taken advantage of felt comfortable first. 99. It's always in rooms and in spaces you thought you were safe.
Yeah,
that's how you get taken advantage of. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, one of them men or friends or security guard said, you know what? Y'all see that young lady out there? She was shaking her ass outside. I'm gonna slip some in her drink. She can roll with me. And all I'm saying is, the thing about it is these days, money moves everybody. So them same friends, the same guy you hear in the background gangbanging on phone them this, on phone them that same dude you hear in the background, you don't know what he's willing to do. the moment something becomes comfortable to him. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
What up, Truth Fam? It's your man, TWERKING. And I know you've been wondering where you've been. I ain't gone nowhere. I leveled up. Slide over to our brand new YouTube channel at Truth Talks-Live. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell like it owes you something. Because we come in live every weeknight at 8 p.m. and it's about to get really real. Yeah, the truth still hurts, but that's exactly why you need it. Season 2 is bigger, bolder, and blacker than ever. Unfiltered convos, expert takes, and uplifting moments. We're calling it out, breaking it down, and lifting up the culture in real time. We're not holding back, and we're not sugarcoating nothing, and we're not gonna let anybody rewrite our narratives. So tune in, pull up, and get ready to speak truth. Live with Truth Talk Season 2. For the people, for the culture, every damn night at 8 p.m.
I gotta say, bring shame back. I think that's the problem. We have gotten soft as a generation where we allow anything. And this is the problem with allowing anything. You've got people that clearly are displaying that they don't truly love themselves. Because when you love yourself, you have standards, you have boundaries, you have exclusivity. There are things that you have when you respect yourself. Nothing about this says, I respect me. We've got to bring, and maybe that sounds crazy, bring shame back. This, I would be ashamed because now we have parameters and boundaries in which we operate for our lives. If this becomes okay, if your 16-year-old daughter were in the grocery store, because this is how people are also dressing in the grocery store, TWERKING. People are dressing like this, going for a walk in the park, and it's crazy. Why? Because there's no shame. Why? Because social media is weaponized to show us as Black women that we don't matter, that the only thing we're good for is sex, that it doesn't matter what we actually want, and we are able to be these sexualized beings that everybody sees today. We are the most sexualized group of people, and this is why.
I don't think there's a lack of shame in this world. I think social media is definitely a home where people shame each other and strangers will lay into each other. But I think that a lack of shame, if that does exist, allows people the freedom to be who they want to be. And like, you're talking about hypotheticals and the potential of if that happened, but none of that happened. This sister was in a parking lot, minding her own business with her friends, enjoying her body, having a good time. And there is something revolutionary about somebody this large being this happy in her own skin. We don't see this every day. People like this are taught to not believe in their own beauty.
But it's not about being large, because if we put a large elementary, junior high school, beautiful, large, big girl or boy reading or studying for a test, it's not going viral. It's not going viral. And it's nothing wrong with twerking. It's about what is your end result? What are you trying to gain from? I'm 42. I twerk all around my mini mansion. You damn right. I twerk butt naked in my house, in my mansion. Okay. I do a lot of things in my home because I want what you're saying. Freedom. Yeah, Dimitri, go on and picture it. Get the vision, baby. Get the vision, baby. Okay. I want freedom here. I'm in my safe space and I'm comfortable. And I'm here with family, but I am not intentionally going outside next in the middle of the street with my butt cheeks out where you can almost see my vagina twerking, because then what would be my intention? What would I be trying to feed within myself by doing that with an audience? Those are two different feasts that you're trying to feed.
Dimitri.
I think the thing about it is what makes this dangerous and how it's being weaponized against us is the idea that upon perception, other cultures, they all believe we already related. You don't know if this is my mama, my sister, my auntie, my aunt.
We don't know.
You just automatically attach.
How often do we don't know?
And that's what I'm saying.
You got friends who be like, I didn't know that she was my mom till I was 20. I didn't know that he was my
That's a crazy statement you're saying right there. But all I'm saying is the idea of it, the moment, Sarah, since baby, you love the grocery store, the moment I go to the grocery store, right? And I'm in connection with another culture and they look at me and I look at them, they automatically reference this video in their mind. This is the perception they have of all culture, no matter where we are. All they're going to remember, and it's a psychology thing. You are more likely to remember the negative behaviors and connotations you've seen
Yes.
than you are the
But
positive.
here's the thing, Dimitri, right? Like we
Yeah.
had a black president for 8 years. He has a beautiful black wife. 8 years. I mean, they've been married forever, but she's a superstar in America for 8 years. She's the most admired woman in America for many years. So I'm supposed to be afraid of one video that gets a couple million likes, but like, because why? I mean, I don't conduct my life based on what will white people think. Like that to me is an incredibly reductive and destructive way to look at the world. And like, if you look at that after years of looking at Barack and Michelle and Oprah and you go, well, they're just that. Well, there was nothing that we could have done to save you, right? From hating us, from being anti-black, because we gave you amazing images of brilliant, beautiful, intelligent, black, classy black people, right? Over and over and over.
But this goes back to
Hold
the
on. But the censorship of progressive voices is still an incredibly important and dangerous thing, which leads to an entire political calculus, a political mindset where we don't even understand the full issue because we're only getting one side of the story, because we're only having one side, because progressive voices are being silenced by the Elon Musks and the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, right, Dimitri?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think the thing about it is that's what makes it even more dangerous. If they're withholding all of the positive things, like, and I get it, the Michelle, the Baracks, and everything that went into making our black culture beautiful, everything that we see is beautiful, and only judging us off the negative shit they see online, I think that's even more of a powerful statement of why this shit can't exist, why we can't hype this shit up in our own culture. And the thing about it is, for me personally, I think the moment you begin to control what I say, you control my message. And I will not have my message deterred, but it's different for a lot of people.
Sarah, go.
Yeah, once you start censoring and suppressing what's good and you amplify what's bad, we start to create the narrative that that's all that there is. And that's really the issue. Yes, we have the Michelle Obamas and the Oprahs and for each one of those, there's 1,000 others that are doing twerking videos. And those twerking videos are what is getting pushed out in the algorithm and amplified, where they are getting 100,000 likes, 100 million likes, whatever it could possibly be. And I just feel like it's not right, because now little black girls are looking up thinking the only way for me to matter is to have attention instead of respect, is to have people look at me instead of have people value me. And that's my challenge with social media. You have to be so intentional with it, but we live in a world where social media, your friends, your family, your colleagues, your schools, that's really what's raising our children, no matter how good of a parent you are. So how do you battle social media?
I mean, I understand that Facebook, as one example, 65% fewer progressive messages, right? Like Twitter's probably far beyond that. There's so many beautiful, amazing, just black women in this country that black girls are able to look up to. I sort of reject the notion of like this video or one music video will ruin the girls when we have Michelle Obama to look up to, and Oprah, and Serena Williams.
All right. You keep mentioning Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama has a podcast, which I was so geeked. I was geeked, right? That she has this podcast, something that a high intellectual, high functioning woman like myself could watch, to your point. I watch it. I love it. She's dropping gem after gem after gem. And guess what? She's not getting rating after rating after rating, nor is she getting comment after comment after comment, nor is she getting share after share after share. So what I'm saying is Oprah as well went and started her own network. And you know the shows that got the lowest rating? You know the shows she put on there when the network first started were all the positive, inspirational, educational shows. And guess what? She almost lost her damn network with those shows. As soon as Tyler Perry came out, which I love my TP, and started putting on more of the risque, more of the black dramas, more of the
black stereotypes,
like social media type stuff, guess what? OWN now has a network. So contrary to the point you're trying to make, folks are not looking to the Oprahs and the Obamas from the masses. Maybe you are, maybe I am, maybe Sarah, maybe Dimitri, because that is where our optics choose to see. That is what we choose to fill our space up with. But the majority of our masses who need leadership, who need guidance, who need to see something positive, they ain't looking at Michelle Obama's podcast. They're not reading Michelle Obama's book. Okay, Touré, your little limited circle might do that, but we have to look at the representation of everyone who represents being Black, and we have to account for that.
I went to Michelle Obama book event at the Barclays Center. It was sold out, and this is a national tour. This is like a 21st biggest podcast in America. So it'd be like, she's doing huge numbers, not as huge as you would like. And I think I think more of a problem in the podcasting industry rather than.
Touré, she's not even in the top 100 podcasts. She's not in the top 100 podcasts.
She is. She's 21st among podcasts. But here's the thing. That Michelle Obama,
put that up.
Oprah, and Serena, right? And there's many amazing Black women who are super popular and super famous and are on television all the time. And there's so many amazing people for them to look up to, right? For the kids to look up to. I don't think the kids are lost because one twerking video of a sister enjoying herself and having fun.
I hear you, Touré. One thing that I will say is I think that it's important for us to continue to create and innovate different ways. And shout out to my friend Isaac Hayes. He is the founder and creator of Fanbase. And it is just like a social media meets Clubhouse, meets Zoom. And he's really put that out there. But because, again, we are suppressed, we don't have that same amplified voice. Most people don't even really know about Fanbase. Although it does have hundreds of thousands of people, it's not the same as Instagram that has as many people as it has on the app, right? And so our opportunity is to continue to explore what have we created for ourselves so that we can see more positive messages, because it is true. Negativity is natural. We have to be positive on purpose and check out Fanbase. That's just one option, but there are several.
No, it's a great platform. Shout out to Isaac Hayes III. There's also Spill, where they're also trying to create a Black social media, a cookout vibe. Dimitri, coming to the end, do you think? I feel like do you think we're lost by the imagery that's coming at us from the Michelle Obamas to what's her name? The video who made this video, who posted this video? What's her name?
Suki. I can't.
You
my grandma ain't gonna let me do it. Her name is Suki with the good coochie. Sorry, grandma. I'm sorry, grandma.
I like to do that. Go ahead. Last thought, Dimitri. What you think about all this?
I think the thing about it is you make a valid point. There is a lot of positive to look at, but positive does not negate the negative. And I think the thing about positive, what a lot of people don't understand, in today's social media society, there is a difference between insight and influence, right? It's the reason you can go to a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, and he can tell you 7 Michael Jackson songs. That's influence. What it is these days we are losing influence. We might have insight in the moment. You might can sell out an arena. You might could do some tours, but what people are going to take away from it is changing. And I think we need to care about that a little more than we do.
Dr. B.
Let me say this. The top 3 Black podcasts in the world are Breakfast Club, number 1, Say Less. Drink Champs, number 2, Say Less. And $1 Million Worth of Game, I'll even say less. All 3 of those have $100 million deals or more. Okay. Club Shay Shay is up there, but he's not the top 3. Why am I saying that? Because that means that those are the podcasts that we Black folks listen to the most. And again, Michelle Obama wasn't in that top 3, as I just stated. So we have to make sure that shows like Truth Talk is giving a representation for everyone Black, but we're also providing resources and guidance as to where the folks who are listening to these podcasts can go to other places like True Talks. And we have to make sure that we are creating a Black voice that represents the positive, but keeps it very real about the negative and the issues that we have to work on as Black people. We cannot create issues, hide our hands, and then say somebody else's problem. As long as we keep it out there, it's not in-house. And we can do more with things that are in-house than we can with things that are outside. And those are my final thoughts.
No, I think that's really important. I think that's really valuable. And I think this has been an amazing conversation. You guys are crushing it. I love you guys. I love the energy. I love the intelligence. I love the passion. I love that we are bringing a variety of Black perspectives to the people. This is very encouraging and very exciting. Give yourselves a round of applause. You guys are awesome. Look, this is Truth Talks. This is what it is. We're going to argue. We're going to love each other. We're going to debate. We're going to fight. We're going to hug afterwards, maybe. Like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel at Truth Talks-Live. You can always watch us here. Black Star Network, Roland Martin Unfiltered, at youtube.com, at Truth Talks-Live. Support Black media. There's all sorts of links on the screen that let you support us and the wonderful people who are on the show with me and the wonderful people behind the scenes who make all this happen. We could not do this without all of them. Thank you. This is Truth Talks. We'll be here every night at 8 p.m. We'll see you tomorrow.